The Floyd's Custom M&P is definitely my preferred carry gun during the warmer months here in Washington. You know, it's sleek, it's compact, it's really easy to go ahead and conceal on a hot day. I don't have to really bulk up too much to be able to hide it. But that fall weather is rolling in real fast. And of course, the fall weather means sweaters, jackets, and bigger guns. That means that I can start carrying the STI Tactical 4.0 on a daily basis. Personally, I love this gun. It is very comfortable in the hand, and shooting it is an experience that you just cannot understand unless you've had some range time with one of these things. The downside is that it is extremely bulky. Now, I could go ahead and replace this full-size grip module with a VIP length, which would take it down to just about the same size as the Floyd's Custom M&P. For now, though, it is what it is. I'm not really prepared to spend that kind of money just to shorten up my grip length. A gun with this level of craftsmanship deserves a holster that's equally as well made. After some back and forth, I finally decided to pony up the cash for the Tier 1 Axis Slim. I know, it's out of my character to spend that kind of money on a holster. I do have a friend, though. All he uses is Tier 1, and, you know, to be honest, after hearing him talk about it over and over and over again, I finally just decided I might as well give it a shot. So right now I've got the holster broken down into two pieces. That way I can leave the mag carrier at home. I've got just the holster portion. I can go ahead and just throw that in my pants and leave for a quick store trip. This configuration is great for keeping a slightly slimmer profile and shaving just a little bit of weight off of what you're carrying around all day. As a standalone holster, it works really well. The retention's fully adjustable and it's incredibly consistent. It comes with really sturdy belt clips. These are multi-adjustable, so you can raise them up or down for ride height or cant. And Tier 1 goes ahead and puts a concealment claw on there as well. Concealment claws are cool because they're going to go ahead and push the gun into the body just a little bit to help with concealability. The trigger, of course, is fully protected in this holster, and the way that it's designed, I have room for my suppressor height sights and my optic. As you can see, plenty of room there. Then again, my preferred carried method is the sidecar style holster. Not only does it distribute the weight better, but I'm also getting a slot for a spare mag, because who knows what might happen out there. An advantage to the Tier 1 holster is that it is two pieces. These two pieces are held together by shock cord or bungee cord or whatever in the hell you want to call it. It's elastic. Because it is an elastic type material, it allows the two pieces to have a little bit of flex. That flex that it has actually makes it fit the form of your body a heck of a lot better than a rigid one-piece holster would. Now, if we look at this one here, this one's made by Spider Concealment. It's a one-piece solid design. Now, I love this holster. I've carried it more hours than I can even begin to count. Now, the holster itself, it does have a little bit of a bend or a bow to it, which allows it to hug the body. As far as comfort goes, though, that is nowhere near as comfortable as the Tier 1 is. Now, I'm not saying this Spider Concealment holster isn't worth buying. It's just in a whole different class than the Tier 1. Back to the Tier 1, it is made of noticeably thicker Kydex. The belt hooks are higher quality. The concealment claw that comes on it is wider. So pretty much no matter what belt you're using, you don't have to worry about this not lining up with it. One thing I want to point out about the concealment claw on Tier 1's holster is that it's really tall. The height is a lot higher than a lot of the concealment claws that I've seen. Now, the way these work is your belt goes down through there. The claw comes in contact with the backside of the belt, which pushes the grip down into your body a little bit. Now, the height of this claw is going to dictate exactly how much rotation your pistol is going to have into the body. As an example, I've got the Filster Floodlight here. Again, another great holster. But if you take a look from the side profile, you can see that your belt loops are right here and your claw is way down here. Now, this isn't a bad design. The amount of leverage that this claw provides, it's not a huge amount of leverage. You are going to get a little bit of rotation into the body from that, but because it sits so low below the belt line, it's not going to be a huge noticeable difference, just a little bit. Now if we jump back over to the Spyder Concealment, we can see that the Concealment claw rides a lot higher than it does on the Filster Floodlight. It actually sits just about level with where your belt is going to come through. That's going to give you a little bit better leverage than what the Filster Floodlight does. And for a gun like the M&P, it's not a big deal because it's already compact. Honestly, I could take this claw off and not really notice too much difference with or without it. Not with that gun, at least. Now, if we look back at the Tier 1, their claw is actually the highest point on the holster. So if we turn it sideways and we look at where the belt is going to come through, the claw actually sits above the belt line. It sits really high, which is going to give you the most leverage possible to get a lot more turn on that gun into the body. Now, it's not overboard to the point where it's going to be uncomfortable. Honestly, it's just enough to get the job done the way it's supposed to be done. And when you're talking about a 2011 with a full-size grip module, the height of the claw is going to make a huge difference as far as how concealable that gun's going to be. Sure, my Floyd's Custom M&P conceals really well in that Spyder Concealment holster, even with the claw design it has, but I really have to wonder how well this would conceal in a Tier 1. Tier 1, if you guys are out there, I wouldn't turn it down if you wanted to send me one for the old M&P. If not, I'm probably just going to order one anyways. Back to the point. The SDI was not an easy gun to find a holster for that was the style that I wanted. Tier 1 had it covered. This isn't exactly the easiest gun out there to conceal. Again, Tier 1 had it covered. I wanted a high quality holster that I knew was going to last me as long as the gun is going to last me. And again, Tier 1 had that covered too. As far as I'm concerned, Tier 1's Axis Slim is well worth what you pay for it. Never mind that it came in a cool bag or that there were a handful of stickers included, which, by the way, I freaking love stickers. They always go on the gun safe. It's damn near covered by now. It's getting close. Anyways, the Axis Slim has quickly become my favorite holster. And yeah, I think I'm going to need to go ahead and order one for the Floyd's Custom M&P because, well, why not?